Hi, my name is Debbie Echo, and I'm a 3-time level 1 returning yada. Yes, you heard me right, 3 times doing 1 level, and happily so. You know, inner circle is not somewhere you just come in, jump out, and say, okay, I've got enough tips and hacks, and I'm going off on my way. No. The inner circle is such a very profound journey, such a profound experience. It's just somewhere where you get radicalized. Permit me to use that word. You change your thinking, you change your mindset, you become self-aware, you become more confident as a parent. I, for one, joined inner circle at a time in my life where I just knew that, things that were happening to me at the time were not normal, because how do you explain having such, bundle of joy, as we call them, and then we are mean to them in the sense that we yell at them, we cause physical harm to them? I know that you say spanking is not physical harm, but hear me out. But those things are not normal. It didn't sit well with me, but it was what I saw. It was what I grew up with. So obviously it was what I was, able to give forth. And I said, no, I need to stop it. And at that time in my life, when I was looking for help, I came across the inner circle. And, one of the biggest truths that, drew me to the inner circle was when, Coach Wendy used to say, parenting is about you. Because yes, how will it be about a child that cannot tell from her left to her right? So, that really resonated with me. And I came in, and no regrets, no retreat, and no surrender. And inner circle is something I would happily do till my kids are 18. Yes, you heard me right. But the thing about the inner circle is that it finds you, it transforms you. This normalized nonsense that we see all around, we're happy to, raise our hands against, little children. Help me to heal from, generational traumas, from things that have held me back, even behaviors that I had been held back by. I found healing. From my past. I found healing from my childhood. It was just been such a profound experience. And you're listening to me, you're wondering, do I need to join, learn how to parent? Is learning way beyond parenting. Learning about parenting is way beyond that. You find healing for your soul. Inner circle is where you come home to yourself. Inner circle is where you get to find the you that you didn't even know existed. Inner circle is not somewhere you just come in and come out, but you need to start first to see what I'm saying. And this is my invitation to you as you listen to me. Dear moms, dear dads, and even intending moms and dads, come in and see for yourself. You will have no regrets. Thank you.
Come in and see for yourself. You will have no regret. Come on. I love this today already. Hello, Grandpa. Hello, Grandma. This is going to be an amazing time. Hello to you, Favour. This is so amazing. I have my people in the studio. And if you're not making noise, write in the comment section. Please, let's have some noise. This is the very first time we're going to be having this kind of my intentional parenting journey. I'm ready for it. Favour, you brought us a clan. Come on. We are all for it. Mr. Moses, thank you so much for being here. Grandpa, Grandma, it's such an honor to have you. Please, over to you. Today we're going to, we even have grandchild. Welcome here, sir. Welcome here, ma. Thank you so much. So who do we start with? I guess we should start with you, Favour, right? Who got into the inner circle first? Maybe that's the person we should start with. Over to you, ma'am.
I did, and I dragged everyone in. Yeah, so I got in 2 years ago. So it was supposed to be 3 years ago, but I had that undeciding thing, because I had followed from Facebook during the COVID and the year after 2022. That was the year I was supposed to have gotten in. I missed it. So I got in 2023, and by the 2024, December, I had to tell everyone. I had to register. I registered my husband, my dad, my mom, my cousins. Yes, I said, you people need to come and see what has transformed my life. Yes, good.
Amazing. This is such an amazing thing. We say these things, we just say them on the side, but truthfully, this is a good picture. When you say pictures that tell stories, if this is all we see today, I am sure we must have seen enough. My audience will agree with me that we must have seen enough just looking at this picture on my screen. I didn't know who was coming in the studio. And, I got in and And the next thing I heard, I said, a whole family is coming today for my intentional parenting journey. What a joy. All right, sir. Let's go to you, Mr. Moses. How did you get in? How did your wife drag you into the inner circle?
Yeah, it was such an amazing moment. Um, in the first place, I'm not ready because I felt like using our culture, which I was being trained with, yelling, giving order, and expecting them to react to whatever I said at the time is what is really overwhelming. But when she dragged me in, the first your first speech I heard was that uh, discipline is not an emergency. That was the first speech. Then I tried to read the book. I read the book. It really, really transformed me. That was when I know that looking after these children is really, really a priority. I never take it serious because the way I was being brought up is quite different from what I'm hearing. So I'm trying to blend things together. But I'm really, really happy to be here. And trust me, I enjoy every bit of this moment. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you so much, sir. Where are you streaming live from?
From the UK.
UK, right? Thank you so
Yes.
much. How is the
Yes.
code, Grandpa? Have they finished you with code?
It's too much. It's too much.
In fact, I just came back myself and I couldn't stay. I literally ran away. Thank you so much, Grandpa. So, Grandpa,
Thank
how
you.
how have you seen the inner circle so far? How old are you, sir?
I'm 65.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, sir, for being here. So, how have you been seeing the inner circle so far since you've been here? Over to you, sir.
I want to thank God for Inner Circle, and I want to thank my daughter Favour for bringing me along with my wife to be a yada. Like what my son-in-law was saying, uh, I had a different brought up. I'm from a polygamous family, a royal one, and it happens that nobody gives you any chance. You do things on your own. You feel great. You feel wonderful. Nobody checks your attitude. Discipline is there, but in our own way. A child must be beaten, shout at, and coming up to become a minister of the gospel and also a military man. It became something else. My house was like order, shut up, stand up, sit down. Don't do this, don't do that. You are coming in, the lion of the tribe of Judah has entered. Everybody, everybody will look for where to hide. But these things begin to let me know that that is not discipline. And also feel motivated to do things that are not. They are not just motivation. It's not just that. You need a process. You need a process. Motivation is good, but if there's not a system, it does not work. I started to understand my children's behavior through your lessons. I started to check that what you think you can say things and say them much, and nobody will understand you. Nobody will pick up what you are saying, and you will believe they understood you. And when they begin to act positively, negatively, you get angry. While you don't know that you did not communicate very well. The communication skills gadgets help me so much. Thank you very much.
Wow, 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 wow. You know, I knew Grandpa. I knew that Grandpa is a minister of the gospel, but I didn't know he was a military person. I didn't know he had a military background. I'm shocked, like, okay. What a combination. I'm imagining the combination. Even when he was saying it, I was like, okay, this coming from that generation, being military, being a minister of the gospel in that generation, that would have been an interesting combination of Favour, right? I'm sure
Yeah.
that I'm sure that it was been a day. But there's something that Grandpa said that is very, very instructive for us to pick this morning. He said that without systems, motivation will fail you, and which is the truth. No matter what it is that you are motivated to do this. If you do not have the proper system in place, you are going to fail. And even though he's now a grandfather, he's now able to still understand his children. This learning doesn't end. This learning doesn't end. His grandma that me and grandma have to aside. So most of the time. Ma, grandma, welcome to this show. It's so good to see you. It's so good to see you live. Thank you so much for being here. Tell us what the inner circle has done for you so far, ma. Over to you, ma.
A whole lot. I want to begin by saying a very big thank you to you, Coach, for accepting this call and being bold enough to embrace it, because it is an uncommon call, an uncommon area. And I am one of those mothers that used to believe that I am doing everything I ought to do. I just have this understanding that I have done all I needed to do. In fact, there was a day, I remember when Favour was in secondary school, and there was something that happened. And I knelt down in tears. I said to God, if this girl goes astray, I will be angry with you because I have done my best. But Inner Circle taught me that my best may not really be enough, because what I call my best have a lot of loopholes in them. And those loopholes, I have done my best according to the level of knowledge and understanding because you can't really rise above your knowledge. You can't really rise above what you know. All your efforts, everything circles around the level of knowledge you have. And the Inner Circle opened me up to the fact that there is a lot that I did not know. A lot that I did not know. If I had known, I would have done better. My joy is that our children were actually spaced in such a wonderful way. Favour is 32. She was 12 years older than her younger brother. The younger brother is 9 years older than the younger sister, and then we have our last child. So even now, we still have adolescents. They are not even yet teenagers. I have 12 years old, I have 11 years old. So at least with those ones, I can be able to implement most of the things we are being taught. This one is already in her husband's house, even though she has refused to leave me alone, dragging me up and down. But so it has been an amazing journey. It has been an amazing journey, I must say. It has been transforming. It has been impacting. It has been, there are seasons of you want to draw the hand of the clock back to do better. But thank God we are here.
Wow, thank God we are here. And thank you so much, Mama, for sharing that. Grandpa and Grandma are the grandparent others that are in my corner. They're always in my corner at the back. We know where we meet. It's so good to see you today. Favour, thank you again for a job well done. Let's get into, the conversation. Maybe in clear terms, Favour, you can tell us how the Inner Circle has been able to transform your life and in what ways in specific terms. Over to you.
The Inner Circle has been, will I say, aside salvation, the best thing that's happened to me. I said it because it gave my life a different turn. And starting with knowing you, coach. So by the time I first of all encountered you, I just had my son, and I was in Nigeria about to move to the UK. And somehow I knew that I needed something different from what is prevalent in Nigeria. So I told my husband that we need this, but it was quite a lot moving and everything. I didn't get in that. That was the year I was saying that. That was 2022. So by the next year, I told myself I need to be here. And I can say that every aspect of the inner circle is curated in a way to ensure that nothing is missing. So it's systematic. From the daily voice notes, you have direction. You can wake up unhappy, sad, and hearing coach's voice, you're smiling, there is that burst of energy, there is clarity, there is direction. So that was the first. Then in fact, starting from the induction, even before the first voice notes and the assignments, and it was in the inner circle that I began to understand that I am more than what I have become. There was a voice note on games and play. I listened to that voice note, and as coach was speaking, God started speaking to me. So aside where I was writing, I opened a different page, and at the time, my mom was here. So I rushed to her and said, "This is what I have seen." So I would say that the inner circle launched me into who I am becoming in the impact world and space. And then also with my children, because I have 2-year-old, I have 1-year-old now. So it's a busy one. I would also say that the inner circle has given me structure to be able to, because I would have been overwhelmed, or I would have been, unable to manage my children the way I should. So the inner circle has impacted me in ways that I cannot explain. And I would say it is a place to get into, even if it is, there is something you usually say, if you don't have money, I promise you that 1 year, find money and come in. If you will borrow, if you will do contribution, and when you come in, you will not need to. Inner Circle transformed my finances, transformed my work with God, transformed my marriage, transformed my purpose. And so it's a place to be in. You cannot get less. And to anybody still trying to make a decision, I want to tell you that this is the best thing you can do for yourself. Sure. Yeah.
Amazing. This is the best thing that you can do for yourself. I don't think Favour needs to say a lot. If mommy and daddy, in fact, the first day Favour told me, my parents are coming to the inner circle. She said, "Coach, you will understand." If mommy and daddy are seated here in this stream, I think that's enough testimony. You agree with me? If they've not seen something in her, they won't follow her. I am sure. There's something they saw that made husband, mother, father, even child, all of us are here listening. That means the thing is very strong. Thank you so much again, Favour, for doing the work. You don't need to tell me you've done the work. I can see that you have done the work. Mr. Moses, talk to us. Tell us what the inner circle have done in different aspects of your life. Any angle you want to take it from.
Wow. If I'm to speak, I will say, well done, coach, for this work that God has put in your hand, and you have been doing it diligently. This inner circle, when I first came in, I was not sure of my stand. Because today, I will listen to a webinar tomorrow. I will not, until I started seeing some changes in my wife. But there is some habit that she normally puts on sometimes, that I will be like, what's she doing? Why is she doing this? I started seeing that transformation. I was like, babe, come, what's going on? So she now tell me that I need to listen to Coach Wendy. Go to so webinar. I was like, okay. I listened to the webinar too. I said, wow, Coach is doing a wonderful work here. I will start listening to Coach webinars from today henceforth. So I decided to make that decision, and I came into it, and I started seeing some changes too in my life. Just as I said before, I give order, and you must abide to my order. It's a must. If you are not doing it, it's either I hit your bomb, I hit their bomb, or I just do something funny that will make them to see that they needed to do what I said. So having been here is a really, really good thing for me. The morning voice notes, the books, the webinars, they are just a life transforming. They have transformed me, and they are still transforming me because I've not stopped. So it's really, really a good thing to parent my children in the way of the Lord, because this inner circle has really shown me another aspect of my life that I did not know, and of the way to follow my children up, to build them up in knowledge, in the way of the Lord, and all of that. So it was really, really a great thing to be here, Coach. And I'm thanking you this morning for the great job you have been doing in parents' life. May Almighty God continue to strengthen you. The wisdom, the knowledge will always be there.
Amen.
God will always increase your knowledge, and the work God has put in your hand will be going higher, 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 and higher. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for sharing sincerely. Somebody said, how do you have 3 generations in one stream? It's only in the inner circle. Honestly, I feel so blessed, over blessed to actually be in this stream this morning. I just said to my husband just turned and just passed. I said, what a way to start a day. And I think that's it for me today. What a way to start a day. Such a beautiful thing to listen to. Grandpa, please tell us, what are the things specifically that the inner circle have done for you in this past 11 months?
The trophy child. The trophy child. I used to be the trophy child of my parents, especially my mother. And I brag about it. So proud of myself. And without knowing that a lot of things are missing, a lot of things.
Wow.
I am not fulfilling destiny.
Wow.
If anything spoils in the house, is it a fridge, television, or whatever? If I'm far away in the school, it will not be touched by anybody, not even any electrician. They will tell you, let Felix come. I was so gifted to think and to do things. But a lot was being, I didn't apply it a lot. But this book and this lesson helped me so much to know that it's not about having talents. It's about fulfilling destinies, not only your own, and helping others. I want to say, Coach, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And if I am asked, I'll ask all Yadas to go back to this book. It's very, very good. You can bring out your talented child in the right way, and the other child will become a blessing, not only to himself, but to everybody, to the world. Understand how to harness these very talents that are in them and become real trophy children. And again, it's also touched my ministerial habits and the understanding of the word of God. Your early morning the words you drop, they are so powerful. They are so powerful. The one you talked about on Samson, I say, wow. That Samson mistake was not just Delilah. It was not just Delilah. He got disconnected to purpose. He got disconnected also to what he's supposed to be, even to his destiny. And that destroyed him. He said, when you drop some words, I said, I've not seen this way. Coach, God will bless you. And I recommend that ministers should come into this. It will help them to preach this gospel and preach it better and to raise good family. Thank you.
Wow, I am so honored. I don't even know what to say. I'm listening to Grandpa, and I'm amazed, smiling and having tears. And what a word to listen to this morning. Thank you again, sir, for sharing that. When Daddy brought up that book, I thought he was going to talk about his child, but he talked about himself. That was a thing for me. A level of self-discovery. Like this was me. I'm not talking about a child. I'm talking about me. Me, my purpose, my life. And this kind, I'm here for me. I have come for myself first. And what more can be as beautiful as hearing this? Thank you again for sharing that. And I love what Grandpa said. Go back to read some of these books. They are not just books you just read and go away. Study them, implement them, and keep working through them. Thank you so much. Mommy, over to you, ma. Talk to us.
I will really, I will take two practical examples. Before coming to the inner circle, like I've said before, I am one of those mothers that believe I am doing my best for my children. I have done my best by the grace of God, and that is it. And I believe that the child should also respond by being good and being perfect and being obedient and being submissive. You know, one of the first things that struck me in the inner circle is the understanding that for discipline to take place, there must first of all be a connection. That is one of the first things that struck me. During the COVID, when everybody was at home and food was scarce and things were difficult, I remember risking going to the market because Lagos is a crowded place and nobody wanted to go out. But we were so many in the house. So I risked going to the market, came back, made a pot of egusi soup. And then I was in the kitchen sharing the soup and I was calling everybody to come and collect their food. And my 6 years old, he doesn't like swallow. And in my house, as mommy general, you cook what is available, you eat what is available, not what you like, not what you want. It's my decision what to cook, and everybody must eat it. And if you don't want to eat it, you go to bed. That has been the principle from inception. And for me, that is the best. But of course, Favour and the other boy, Abel, they grew up that way. But these two little ones will not comply. So that day, he came into the kitchen to carry his food. And when he saw it was gari and soup, he sighed and said, nonsense food. He was 6 years old. Nonsense food. And he stormed out of the kitchen. The me in me rose up. I left everything in the kitchen and I came out. I told them, catch him for me. They caught him. I tied him with rope. I tied his hands, tied his 2 legs, and kept him on the floor and then brought belts.
He's in the general's house.
And and brought belts, and I gave him the beating of his life. 6 years old. And he was crying, he was begging, I said, at least after today, you know that food is not easy. You will know that in this COVID, there are people that are going hungry. And for me, that was the best discipline. Of course, he apologized. After the whole thing, they untied him, and everybody was telling him, go and apologize to mommy, go and apologize to mommy, go and... He came, he apologized. I took him in, normal, but inner circle made me to understand that that was not discipline. That was punishment, that was wickedness, and that was uncontrolled emotion, uncontrolled anger, you know. And then even after that beating, even when he started complying, how long did he comply? Then he changed his method. His method now is, if he comes in and it is what he doesn't like, he'll tell you, I am not hungry. And he will go and lie down. Before you know it, he has slept, and he will sleep on empty stomach. So, but coming here has made me to know. And you know, the other day I was even telling Favour, I said, if not, do I call it cruelty, or no, not just cruelty, because you have to know before you will be cruel if you don't do. If not ignorance, I said, Indomie and egg and garri and soup, which one is even cheaper? What the child wants to eat is even cheaper than what you are offering him. But because you want to assert your authority and make him know that I am the Baba here, you must do the one I said. So my understanding of how to discipline and carry children along changed. The second example is with my daughter, Chisimdi, the one that seniors him. That one came up as somebody that is opinionated. She knows what she wants. She wants to go for that thing she wants. That thing she does not want to do, you can't really convince her to do it. And the thing was getting on my nerves to the point that I said to myself, one day I will strangle this girl in this house. And they will say, Pastor killed her daughter. I had to agree for Chisimdi to go into boarding house at 9 years. She had to leave her. I sent her to boarding house, not because I wanted her out of my sight. Because it was a provocation every day. Every day. She has her own way of wanting to do her things, and you are trying to bend her, she's trying to, and she will get angry, she will snub you, I was getting mad. I said, I've raised how many children, both the ones that are my own and the ones that are not my own. Where is this one coming from that wants to put me into trouble? So when they did this thing, I had to send her to boarding school so that we will be distant. I will be visiting her. I will give her whatever they say we should bring, but let her just, even the first holiday she came, that was the day I told her, I said, you will still soon go. Thank God, holiday is ending, you will still soon go. But coming here made me to see a different child. Not much has actually changed about her. But I am understanding her better. I'm seeing her better. I'm understanding her questions. I'm understanding her reasoning. I'm trying to see things from her own angle. Normally, it was not so. Who are you to question my authority, question my intelligence, and all that? But coming here made me see that we can have different opinions and not really be wrong. You can be right, I can still be right, but our opinions are different. So it's quite transforming for me. I understand my children better. We relate better. At least we can talk. Cindy we can be on the phone and not at home. We can be on the phone once there's a call, she will collect phone and go away so that we can talk. The other time she told me, mommy, come back so that we can do mother and daughter thing. I said, I'm coming back. Daddy and Kamsi are doing father and son thing. Also, we can do mother and daughter thing. And it was not so before.
Wow.
Not because she has really changed, but I am understanding her now. I am understanding her. So it's been quite transforming. And I thank God.
Wow, this is really, really amazing. You know, there's something that Grandma said when she was talking. She said the girl hasn't changed. So it wasn't about her. This girl is still the same person she is, so highly opinionated, cannot. She's general speaking now, ma. She has to be like general somewhere. General, sir. Is it not true? Somebody will have to replicate, sir.
It's true.
Honestly, somebody will have to move to rise the ranks in the military and get to that point. You know what it means. You need to be highly opinionated, strong-willed, and everything. Honestly. So it is so instructive to note that this girl hasn't changed. For me, that's my biggest takeaway this morning. But Mama said, this girl has not changed, but my relationship with her. What changed is Mama. It's not the girl. So you see that the girl wasn't the problem from day one. She is who she is. We are here to be able to help her to become more. Mommy just understood that this is what I need to do better. And this girl is now coming around. The same girl she didn't want to just be going. Let me just have peace. It's the same girl that is now saying, just come back, please. Me and you, we have some things to do. Such an amazing thing to hear this morning. Such a beautiful thing. Thank you so much again for listening to me and for being here and listening to my guests. And this morning, I know that you're listening to Pastor Favour Abraham Ibu and Favour Mr. Moses, and then Daddy, Pastor Abraham. All are coming from one stream, one line. One line. Favour got in here first, and then Favour's husband, and then Mommy and Daddy. Daddy is a retired military man and also a preacher of the gospel. Mama is also a preacher of the gospel, and they are here sharing all the way from United Kingdom, sharing their journey. I know that it's Favour that dragged Mommy and Daddy to UK. Favour, well done. Oh. Release them for me. So that when I come to Lagos, I can see them. Thank you. So they are here and they are sharing on my intentional parenting journey. I don't think we have seen anything more beautiful than this morning. This is one of the most beautiful things we have seen today. Favour said something. She said, apart from salvation, Inner Circle was one of the best things that happened to me. And it's so evident looking at it today. Favour, share with us. What will be the most profound webinars that you have listened to? You know, we need to now go around because we have 4 yarders in the building. And for your information, we have 4 yarders in the building. In fact, when Grandpa, the first time I started with Grandpa, I said, we're having plenty grandfathers, so I need to come and gather these grandfathers together in the yard. It's such an honor to have you here. Over to you, Favour.
Yes, it is a very difficult thing to settle at a webinar out of all the webinars. So I would say the communication blueprints. I would say that because that changed me. So something about the inner circle is that you get into parent your child, get your, and all that. Then you discover that actually it's about you, not about the child. And it changes everything. So you now discover that you're the one with trauma, You're the one with everything, that needs to understand the child, needs to heal, needs to put in structures in place, because there's a lot of expectation on the children. Even when they are very little, I say this again, you understand that as a parent, I tell my husband, you are an Indaboski repeater. It doesn't matter how many times you say it. You just have to keep saying it. And you have to find out how to say it, because if the child cannot understand what you're saying, the child cannot implement. Now, the communication blueprint, I think the best thing in it for me was, Coach, where you talked about the right word, the right place, the right time, the right person. And you said something. You said you can decide or focus on the right words, the right place, the right time, but ignore being the right person. And you said that the right person is actually the most important aspect of communication. So I started looking into how I communicated. And then when you said instead of constructive criticism, constructive guidance, Coach, that transformed my marriage. Prior to this time, I would be pissed with my husband to say, I've told you this before. How many times do I have to say this? I don't want this. I want this. And he's the kind of person that he would not argue with you. He will just be quiet and he won't say a thing. And he will not do what you are talking about. He will just continue doing his own thing. I'll be like, what is happening? So instead of that, I now learned that I can offer guidance. So instead of, baby, why didn't you do this? I can just say, baby, can you help me do this? So I'm pointing him to that thing that I wanted him to do. So instead of, baby, you didn't change Zoe, I could say, please, could you help me change Zoe? And he would say, by all means, why not? What is my man doing? After about 3 or 4 days of doing that, he called me, he said, are you okay? I said, I'm fine. He said, are you sick? Are you dying? You're too nice now. And I told him, I said, you need to go and take the communication class, because it takes more energy to fuse and quarrel than it would take to just point out, especially with a spouse, because with your child, you can say, can you do this? And they just, go on. But with a spouse, the time you would spend saying, I have said this. Why did you not? Wait, did you not think? Must I say? And things like that. Just need to point out to say, please, could you help me? Please. And then, no matter how many times, and then it takes off the tension. It points the person, because sometimes they don't even know what you want. Sometimes when I come back to say, I was talking, you were not saying anything, you will say, what did you want me to do? Did you want me to start shouting the way you were shouting? Or did you want, sometimes they don't even know what exactly you want. And you're just assuming that I've done so much of communication and you're not moving. And you get more frustrated, the home is more tense. That was the class for me. Then honor as a skill was another one, where I learned that in honor, I have to be thorough. And honor even has to do with my child. So there is a way to honor my baby. There is a way to honor my 1-year-old, because there's that thing that as the parents, you are up there, your children should comply, Meanwhile, there's a reason that it's parenting. It's about you. It's not chiding, like you would say. So I got to understand that I need to be able to understand my children. If they are crying and throwing tantrums, there is an underlying need. Can I find out what exactly is making this child react this way? Other than just decide that this child is giving me a hard time, this child needs more harder measures and all of that. And then the honor as a skill also taught me that I could relate with my husband out of honor. Some things I call expressing myself. Something I call being myself, saying my mind. It's dishonor. It's dishonor. So I had to sit back and ask myself, what would honor mean? So that was very transforming in my home. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Did I tell you that Favour is the founder of the Genius Child Academy? Favour is in my corner. She's a mastermind person. Yes. And she's a masterpiece woman. Trust me, Favour has gone through series of transformation. I've seen her walk her journey. And sometimes I look at people who are in their 30s, early 30s, at late 20s. I actually envy them because some of us at that time you were thinking, why are you here, what's happening, what's going on, and all of that. Thank you again, Favour, for being here. It is such an honor to have you. Over to you, Mr. Moses. Talk to us. Which will be your best webinar? Do you may remember then?
Yeah, it's who am I parenting?
Oh wow.
Who am I parenting? So in that webinar, I learned a lot. Especially, I did not have this understanding that I'm supposed to have a manual. That is, every parenting should have a manual, and every children has their own manual as well.
Mm.
So I treat them almost the same way. Why? Because I don't have that understanding that what to do to this is quite different from what to do to this. Because just as I said earlier on, the way I was brought up is it's nothing to write home about. I know what I'm talking about. So I felt that I should bring out the best in them by a kind of bringing out a kind of manual, as in drafting a manual that will benefit them, and I should watch the way every one of them behave, so I can know what is best and what is suitable for their life and for the way they should be brought up. So that was the webinar that broke the that created a kind of great impact in my life. Then there was a voice note also that I listened to that talks about I can't really remember the title, but it talked about confusion should not be a kind of our lifestyle. Most of the time, I always be in that mode.
Mm.
I always get confused, especially when this one is shouting, this one is crying, this one is doing it. I don't know what to do. It's either I join them shouting or I just start it in my own way. So there was a day that in fact, about three of them are crying at the same time. I was like, my wife was upstairs, so I was downstairs. I was okay. You people have started, so I don't know who to start with. Me too. I started. So there was one of them now kept quiet, was now looking at me. What is this one? What's this man doing? So because I was so confused, I don't know where to start from. But being here and listening to this voice note has really created a great impact in my life and transformed me so much. Then when I read this book, Discipline is Not an Emergency, it made me to understand different aspects of life. Especially, I didn't even believe that there is something called family ritual. It was inside the book I got to know that, oh, there is something we should be doing as a family. My wife always said to me that I did not, I not normally used to take them out. I not normally used to do this. But I did not count it to anything because when I was, so nobody took me out. So I don't have that brought up. I don't have that background. So I don't know what she's talking about.
Mm.
So, but with reading the book, I get a background. I got a background from the book that make me to know that, oh, this is where I'm ought to be. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. And this is my duty. And this is what I'm not supposed to do, So I flow along, even though I did not want to do some things sometimes, but when I remember that, oh, this is what this is what you're supposed to do, this is what is good for you. So I try to flow along with that, and it has really been helpful. It has really improved our marriage and spice it so much. So, Coach, thank you so much. Thank you so
Amazing,
much.
amazing. Did you hear that part? He was one person was talking. He said, nobody took me out. What is this woman talking about? I should be taken from where? I did not see anybody taking me anywhere. You just want to wake up. You know, most times when I say that, some of the things that we're struggling with are things that, you know, we just didn't see. And it's not really our fault. So sometimes we are angry at our parents, at our spouses. You know, when daddy was talking, daddy said, I grew up in a polygamous home and I grew up a trophy child. So I can imagine how you grew up, and then you're not telling me you should have known this. They don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. Mommy said you are limited to the level of knowledge that you have. But even in Christendom, even as Christians, you are limited to how much you know. How much you know, that's where your limitation stops. So if you don't know it, you can't implement it, you can't have it, you can't use it. Thank you so much, Mr. Moses, for sharing with us.
Thank
And
you, man.
we are going to
Thank
go
you.
straight to Grandpa General, sir. Over to you.
Thinking about discipline again, the communication,
Mm,
communication, that family communication phrase, it
mm,
helped me so much. You know, in communication, you think that now that you're a yada, that you have to lower your voice, the tone, that when you lower the voice, you are making impact. That is not just it.
true.
It's not just it. What matters in that is not just the lowering of tone, but the words that are used. The words that are used. Words are so powerful. The Bible told us they are spirit, they are life. And
Mm,
if you don't use the right word,
yeah.
you destroy things,
Mm,
even in people without them complaining.
yes.
You can kill the mood of a child,
Yes.
and you can kill the mood of a child or even an adult with the
Mm,
words you use. You
mm,
can lower your tone and still say wrong words.
yes, sir.
Yes. So we have to choose our words. That webinar helped me so much to know that it is not everything you say,
Mm,
and the way you say it matters. Eh? Coming with confrontational questions. Why did you do this? Shouldn't have been the way it should be. The ending question should have been, what were you thinking in doing this? I thought you would have done this way. It will bring something into the inner mind of the person you are communicating with. So we
mm,
discover that we need a lot to learn with the family communication, with my wife, with my children. When she came to UK before me, I'm just here for holidays, and these children are with me. You know, to get them up in the morning, do this, do that. Like I said before, that barracks life, the
mm,
barracks life. Even when you are out of the barracks, the life does not go out of you. Yes, it does not. And that is that everybody should greet you morning, sir. Morning, sir. Yes, sir. You're waking up by trumpet. Early in the morning by 5:30, everybody in my house wakes up. Oh. On
mm,
Sunday, yes, by 5, everybody wakes up. And I start putting them, go and bed, do this, do that, you know. But I am doing it better now for them to see
mm,
that a ritual, not a
mm,
force, not a command, but a
mm,
ritual, things that need to be done. So we are doing it now to see with love and with understanding that if I don't do this, a child will know if I don't do these things, will not. We will reach church on time. I used to be, at least if I am not the number one, I'll be number 5 in the church for the morning prayers. I explained to them. So Sunday morning, we have to be there and do morning devotion while the Sunday school is on. I bring them to the office, we do morning devotion before I send them to their school, to their churches. Uh-huh. So it has helped me so much, what I learned in that family communication phrase. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Grandpa. This is so instructive. You know, when you have done things a certain way all your life. So that's how it works. That's how it is. I'm privileged to be close to serving generals in the now. And most times, you know, when I'm listening to them, they say, Coach, this thing is hard. This thing is hard. We are coming from somewhere. I say, I know, sir. It's going to take a while, but I know that, you know. But there's something that Daddy said that is very key. It is more than just not raising your voice. There are people who raise their voice, talk the right words, and you don't take offense. There are people that say things that will harm you, even though their voices are not raised. So voices being raised, yes, we understand. Lower your voice, but it is more than that. So when people ask me, this calm parenting framework you're talking about, is it just about being calm? Is it like don't get angry? It's not true. Daddy said, it's not like once you become a yada, you now lower your voice and you no longer, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. When you become a yada, you start learning right words. The Bible says that the right words are forcible. It's the right word that gets the thing in, not the word, not just the tone. It's the right word that actually hits that part. And well done, sir, for being the parent alone here. And since mommy left you to be doing the other side of the world, well done.
Yeah.
Favour, this is all on you. Let me come back to you. You all carry grandma, and just seize them in UK. Thank you so much again, Daddy, for sharing with us. All right, Mama, let's hear from you, Ma. Over to you, Mommy.
All the seminars are impacting, very, very impacting. And you always have something to go home with. But the one I want to talk about is energy and time management. That seminar for me was a life saver. I'm a very active person and I have so much going on around me. I am too involved in so many things. I'm a pastor. I have my own branch of church that I pastor. I'm a mother. I am a wife. I'm a grandmother. I am a writer. I write devotionals. So it's just a whole lot. Then there are these invitations, wedding here, this one there, and you just discover that sometimes, in fact, at a time, if not for the mercy of God, maybe I wouldn't have been alive today, because I in 2010, 2011, I had heart issue.
Oh, wow.
That could not be traced to anything but stress. They just told me it's extreme exhaustion.
Wow.
I can just, in fact, at a point I was almost becoming vegetable. I couldn't do anything. I can't climb staircase. We live in one-story building. I can't climb the staircase. I can't cook in the kitchen. I can't go to market to buy things. I was just, every day I was depreciating. And no diagnosis has any reasonable thing to say. At the end of the day, they will tell you is extreme exhaustion. Extreme exhaustion at 45. At you know, so it was just funny. Kitty here and there. Every day you are busy, you are involved in everything, you are part of everything. And life was just going down and going down and going down. And you know, sometimes we label it to Satan and label it to the devil and witches and wizards and all that, not knowing it is lifestyle. So this energy and time management, and one striking thing, because when that seminar started, you said that there is nothing like time management. I was like, what kind of what is she talking about again today? Which one is there is nothing like time management? If there's nothing like time management, then what are we managing? And I sat down and I started writing, and I came to discover that time is constant. It's 24 hours every day. It's 7 days a week. It's 12 months in a year. It's 4 weeks in a month. It's constant. It's just you that has to pattern your life, pattern your activities, put structures in place to manage your energy so that you can be more productive and also find time to rest. So it was life. It's a life, I say it's a lifesaver. It helped me that there are things I would just tell myself. Like yesterday, I was just telling myself, when I go back to Nigeria, I am off this. I won't be a part of this again. I will just focus on this. But before, I am that kind of person that I want to please everybody. I want everybody to be happy. Church members want you to come to their wedding and come to their reception. And, and when you do that, you are a wonderful pastor. Hey, that's our pastor. Very wonderful pastor. And you'll be answering wonderful pastor, and one day you will collapse. And that will be the end. And they will say, what devil did, that woman just died like that. But God has helped me. God helped me through that seminar. And another one also is the seminar on emotional intelligence. That one, I don't want to talk about it because it's so humbling. It's so humbling to think that you've been doing things right, acting the right way, saying the right thing. We have this understanding that if you want to be hard, you really need to make it hard. You have to shout. You have to assert. I feel that asserting authority means shouting people down, shouting my children down. They must keep quiet and listen to me. And sometimes when you finish it, your heart will be panting. You have to be beaten very hard. You have to go and sit down. I have to go and sit down sometimes and then gather myself because of the exercise that just happened. But I have come to the understanding that you don't really need to shout. My grandson told the mother that 5 years old, he said to the mother, you can still make your point without shouting.
Whoa.
He said, Mom, you are shouting. You can still make your points without shouting. I've come to learn that I can still make my points without shouting and without killing myself, that I can manage, I can still do those things. One thing you said in that seminar, energy and time management, you said that you are busier now, more than you were 10 years ago. But that at that time, you were always overwhelmed.
Yes.
You were late at everything, late at the airport, late at this, but that right now, you are busier. So what has changed? What has changed is the structure.
Yes.
Putting things in perspectives, knowing what is important, knowing what should come first, knowing things that can be left out.
Yes.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you so much, Mama. Thank you for sharing that. That was very instructive. The Inner Circle webinars are, completely transforming. Sometimes you don't even know which one. Sometimes a webinar finishes, Mama sends me a message and say, I wish everybody in my church will listen to this particular webinar. That's how she starts. I'm like, okay. I'm just wishing that everybody, let them just come here and come and be listening to these things so that they can learn. And thank you so much, Ma, for sharing all of that. When you were sharing about pastoring, I could see the heart. You know, sometimes we actually think that pastors are not humans. You know, this kind, they shouldn't have a life. You know, you drag a pastor for not coming for your wedding, came for another person's wedding, not coming for your naming, not coming for. Sometimes I'm wondering, how many things can a pastor really attend? How many burials can the pastor attend? The pastor also has a life to live. And before you know it, on top of pastoring, good pastor, the pastor will just collapse in church. They will say, wow, he died doing the work of God. The enemy has struck the person. It's not the enemy. Some of it is just our inability to learn. We're going to begin to go to the last part of this conversation. Favour, can you name your number one book in the inner circle? Let's just take it one. And why is it your number one book?
The Parenting Advantage.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So it's my number one because that question you asked in the book, what advantage would your child have because you are their parents? It changed everything for me. So that aspect where I am looking at it that it's about me. The popular belief is that a child that will spoil. A child that would do this will do. There is that exoneration that you don't want to actually take responsibility. In fact, from the induction, where you said there is no destiny anywhere, you are the destiny of your child. Coach, it has never left me. I think about it that I am the one that determines, and you explained how there was no prophecy, one of the voice notes. You explained how there was no prophecy over Moses. I still can't forget, that something had prophecy, this person had prophecy. Moses had no prophecy. His mom, in nurturing him, made him a prophet over Israel. That has stayed with me, that everything about my children is on my palms. I'm the one that determines. I'm the one that should go to God to understand, because we can't train a child in the way they should go. Then they are old. Have you found out the way the child should go? So it has put me on the spot of 100% responsibility. I am the one. If this child is going to fulfill purpose, if this child is going to, so what advantage? So that means that if I am becoming better, that means that if I'm learning, that means that if I'm following instructions, that means that if I'm doing all I should do, I would arrive at the destination. So it takes away chance. It takes away unpredictability. We are humans, we can do what we can and leave the rest to God and things like that. So that book, The Parenting Advantage, for me, other books are good, really distinct, but I mean, for me, it has put me on the spot of 100% responsibility to understand that it is me, it is about me. I am the one that creates any advantage that my children have. I am the one that will create the advantage in my marriage. It just puts the spotlight on me to, constantly want to be a better person, constantly want to learn, constantly want to look inward, because it's very popular to want to look out to find the problem. Meanwhile, there's actually 90% with you and 10% out there. So yeah, that's it for me, Coach.
Thank you so much, Favour. Favour says the first thing that struck her was in the induction webinar, there is no destiny anywhere. You are the architect of your child's destiny. Who your child becomes, you're a product of who raised you, where you were raised, how you were raised, and what the person who raised you know is the determining factor to where you end up. And she says that her best book will be The Parenting Advantage. That book is an advantageous book. I think that's where we end it. Moses, please talk to us. What would be your number one book in the yard?
Yes, I think what will be my number one book is Connect to Correct. Oh, yeah. That book really impacts my life, because I got to know that before I can correct, I need a kind of connection.
Yeah.
There should be a kind of intimacy before any instruction or anything can be acted on.
Mm.
I need to know, they need to get to know me and I need to know them.
Yeah.
So I need to figure out the parts of their lives that needed more attention. Then I need to know what way to guide them,
Mm.
what area to put them through. So
Mm.
that connect to correct really transformed my life. And also, discipline is not an emergency.
Mm.
So that discipline is not an emergency. Also have a way in my life because it's not everything you want it to kind of now, sharp, all those things. So there's a procedure. There is a guide to every area,
Mm.
both in our children's life, in our own life, in the family. So these are the two books that I really say that they impacted my life and transformed
Amazing.
me. Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much, sir, for that. Connect to correct and discipline is
It's not
not
an
an
emergency.
emergency.
Yeah.
Connect to correct is my very first book. And I know that every time everybody reads that book, there's always something that jumps at you. Especially for those of us who are coming from a place where, there's a lot of buzzwords that we collected. So, connect to correct actually readjusts all of it and all of that. All right. Daddy, General, sir. Let's have you've named one. You said the trophy child.
Yeah.
Do you have another one?
Not really in general, but I follow these ones. I read. I get what I want to get because in the military, I'm an instructor. I'm
Hmm.
an instructor, yes, on international security studies.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, and it helped me to begin to structure what I teach.
Hmm.
What I have learned here helped me to structure because
Hmm.
everything is go, come, go, come, go, come. This should be done, surveillance, this, that. But this has helped me to know that people can sit down in a class because most of the lessons are online. They can sit down in a class and be looking at you. You think they are getting what you are talking about. So, what that mode of using objects to teach, to communicate rightly, it really helped me. That what people see affect them a lot. It enters into their memory. It's very hard for them to forget. Even on children, if you use pictorial teaching, it helps so much rather than words and speaking great and wonderful grammars. So your lessons have so much helped me in what I'm doing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Grandpa says that he is an instructor. So of course, since he instructs in the military system, I can imagine how that is. But it has helped him to now structure his system so that he will be able to teach better. And of course, people are able to learn better. Thank you so much for sharing that, sir. Mama, let's go to you.
Hmm. All the books I've come across are bestsellers.
Hmm.
But the one I started with, the one I began with, is this Connect to Correct. Because that was the issue I really had.
Hmm.
People getting my children to know that I mean well, that I am not just trying to, sometimes you get to the pity me, you sit on the pity me seat and a self-pity seat of I'm doing my best. I'm trying for you. All I am doing is for your best. I cannot deceive you. I am your mother. The privilege I am giving you, nobody gave
Gave it
to
to
me.
me.
And
Oh, me.
all that.
Even daddy knows the lyrics.
I
Oh my
said,
goodness.
I said, "No, and God knows that it is coming from my heart because that is the much I know."
Ah.
And then, you know, sometimes you even feel that the children are insensitive, they are unreasonable. I remember one morning, I they were younger, they were preparing for this last two, they were preparing for school, and I came into the kitchen because I normally allow my help them to, you know, pack their food and all that. But that morning, something told me go to the kitchen. I just went to the kitchen and I told her, open your flask. She opened her own flask. I inspected what was in it. I felt it was okay. I said, open Abel's flask. She opened the flask. I saw the food that was inside it. My body started shivering. I said, is this what he's carrying to school? She said, yes. I said, and you are carrying this one? She said, yes. I stood there in the kitchen and I started crying. I stood there, I was weeping. What kind of wickedness? In my own house, you eat well, and then my son will go hungry. You know, you just feel you are doing your best. And you leave a lot of things to chance. Leave a lot of things to chance. But when I read that book, I came to the understanding that even some of these mates, we feel they are wicked, they are this, they are... No, they are not. It's just that you don't understand them. They are a stranger to you, and you are a stranger to them. You are it's a kind of who will do what to who. Is a survival
Yeah.
survival of the fittest scenario.
Yeah.
You know. So it helped me to know that you can actually build a relationship. And that has helped me so much. Trying to build a relationship, not talking to a child, not really to condemn, even when the child has done wrong. Because that is my method. This thing you have done, don't you know the implication? Will you say that you did not know? Will you say you were not taught? Have I not told you this before? And you are talking and they are looking at you. But when there is a connection, the child begins to understand you. You begin to understand the child. And then also this siblings rivalry of last month is another one. Last 2 months is another one. It's another one. Because the two people I have now around me they are best of friends, and they are cats and dog. You know, and I came to the understanding that I can actually correct that. That my input can change that and make them to begin to understand it. You know, I used to take siblings rivalry for granted. But when I read that book, I came to the understanding that it may not stop in childhood if it is not corrected. Because I've always felt that after they are children, they are growing up there. But that book taught me that if things are not corrected now, that the gap can only get wider.
Yeah.
They may not be fighting each other. They may not be quarreling. But that connection and love and care, looking out for one another, helping, may not be there. They are siblings.
True.
And they may not be fighting. But that sense of trying to be there for one another at all costs may not be there if we don't begin to build it now. If we don't begin to dismantle some structures, wrong and illegal structures in their lives. And then I also understood from that book that things that may cause cracks in the future may not really be big things now.
Really?
It may be the way that mommy used to talk. Mommy likes her more than she likes me. Daddy likes him more than he likes me. And those little things are just there. And everything that happens is interpreted in that light.
True.
Everything, every little thing that happens comes back to that light.
Yes.
And then you are taking it for granted, and the child gets married and is no longer with you. And something happens. Say, after when I was growing up, is it not him that they used to like? Is it not him that they used to see as the best? After all,
The trophy child.
And that crack is there. So it has. These books are really impacting if we can discipline ourselves to read them, because it's that this last one I mentioned.
Yes, ma'am.
Siblings rivalry. That was the book I told myself the truth. I said, all these inner circle books, I will read and read half and drop halfway. I will read and read half. I told myself, this one, I must finish it. Whatever it takes to finish this book, I must finish. I told Favour, I've made up my mind that I will not read my book half again. I must finish the one I started. So even when September came to an end, I said, I will not drop this book. I must finish it before I enter the second one, the book for the month. So it has been, Coach, God bless you. God bless
Amen.
you.
Amen, ma. Amen. All right. Thank you so much, Mama, for sharing with us. It's been an amazing, amazing time. You can see how everybody have shared from their own perspective of this is how it's doing me. That's the book that General said, you see that trophy child, that's the one that is doing me. Every other book, for now, this one is the one that touched me. And yes, every other book, I'm putting all of that, I'm learning, but this one hits me. Mama said it's connect to correct. I suspected it was going to be connect to correct. You know that, have you ever noticed that most general wives are more general than their husbands? Daddy, am I correct?
Yes, because of the way for them to align with you. They even sometimes they become more than who you are. Because
Yes.
they want to follow you, and they believe that if you don't lead the children that way, you are not actually doing the thing. So they want to follow. You know, there is also on the side of wife to husband. It is said that the first convert of a man is the wife. Yes, it said the first convert of a man. For you to live with a man, and now our marriage on November 3rd was 35 years.
Whoa.
Yes. So for you to live with a man on 35 years, you become a replica of him.
You become a replica.
Yes. Yes.
So, Mama, you have gone to training that you didn't go for. You have been trained. You have been trained by the best inside the house. So how can you not be a general? So please, we call you General, ma. Thank you so much for being here. It's been an amazing time. We have Grandpa. Grandpa is a minister of the gospel. He is a general in the military. Pastor Abraham. We have Mama. Mama is a minister of the gospel. Pastor Favour Abraham Ebu. And trust me, Mama is also a proper general's wife, right? And then we have Favour, and we have Moses. All of these people are inner circle parents, and they are here sharing their journey on what the inner circle have done for them. Favour lives in the UK. Daddy and mommy lives in Nigeria. Release them. Favour. It's okay. Let them come home. Favour and her husband lives in the UK. And Favour is also a masterminder, a masterpiece woman. It's so good to see you on this stream again. Thank you again for coming online to come and share. I have 4 yadas in one day. Such an amazing thing, such a blessing, and such thing to actually watch today. In your last words, Mr. Moses, what will you say to the people who are watching you and people who are thinking, should I join this inner circle or not?
Thank you, ma. I would like to say, no matter how long you have been on a wrong path of parenting, it's never too late to make a U-turn.
Sure.
Yes, sir.
And when you make a U-turn, that is when you start enjoying every aspect of it. Your marriage, your parenting style, and even your own life.
Yes, sir.
So try and join Inner Circle. It's the best place to be. Trust me, I'm telling you, because I've experienced it. I've experienced it, and it has worked for me, worked for my family. Me that is talking to you right now, I know who I was before, and I know who I am now. It's not, I'm not the same again. So please, this is the right place to be. Thank you, Coach Wendy. God will continue to increase your wisdom and bless you.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, staff, for sharing. This is the right place to be. Be here. Favour, over to you. What will you say to the people who are watching you? You have inspired a lot of people today. They are wondering, hey, Favour have her husband here, her mother, her father. Omo, who is she? People are listening to you. What do you want to say to them as we get to close?
Yeah, I would say that the inner circle is a place to be. And for others who are thinking that I've done this, do I need to do it again? I want to say that it's a process. I noticed that every day adds to what is being built. So many times you can even feel that you've known enough, only to realize that there is something else opening up that you were not informed about. So inner circle is till eternity. There is no turning back. The curriculum is evolving with the changing time and everything. So with the trends and everything, because how I was raised is different from how my siblings are being raised. So I would say to you, old Yada, that has been here 4 years, 3 years, and feel, oh, I've gotten it all. You may have gotten what you needed for 3 years ago, 4 years ago. You are yet to get what you need for next year. And then something that has changed me is the decision to follow till the end. I came in as an inner circle parent, and I became a masterpiece woman, and I became a mastermind woman. If coach brings out another one, I will be there. Yes. And no experience is the same. It's the same coach, but different experiences to suit. So it would be deception to think that, well, do I really need? Is it not? I've not even finished. Somebody said to me, let me just be doing inner circle webinar. I've not finished everything that they are teaching in inner circle webinar. When I finish, it does not finish. So deciding that I would follow through has been the best decision that I have made. I've seen my life tremendously take a 360-degree turn and direction. The final thing I will say is, it is not about the child, it is you. We grew up believing that children should not question, should not, challenge, but we understand now that it's about perspective. A child that cannot ask questions has been stopped from thinking, taking initiative, because what may not seem good to you, like my mommy would say, most parents say, I did my best for my child. And the question is, what if your best was not the best that the child needed? That was your best, but was it the best that the child was going to thrive on? So whatever atmosphere that would expose you to continuous learning, continuous improvements and changes is what you should be open to. Never stop learning. In fact, An 80-year-old that is learning is younger than a 40-year-old that has stopped learning, even than a 10-year-old. So continuous learning, having that mindset. And that is why Moses, because he was curious, he said, I will turn and look at this thing. And at 80 something, he was able to start a movement. So it's never too late to say, let me even settle and see. Because sometimes we feel, oh, things are spoiled. Oh, I don't have the time. Oh, these people are different. We're not different. It is just the decision to follow, the decision to settle, the decision, sometimes, we wake up in the morning and it's like nothing is working, he's not doing, and then you hear coach firing on, and you're like, if this woman is still here cheering, then I should still continue. And then you discover that even 1 month remaining in the inner circle, 2 months remaining in the inner circle, you are having tremendous growth happening. So it's not even for Yadas, the remaining how many days before it's over. Listen to the voice notes. Follow through. You can decide that I'm going to follow for this remaining how many days. And then be seated in 2026. Nothing should change that. Whatever it is going to cost. Because I've seen people take a break, and by the time they are coming back, so much has spoiled. So it is easier to channel things than to try to correct what has gone wrong. And I want to say thank you, Coach, for answering the call, for leading this button, for being available. I don't know how you do it, Coach. I don't know, but I would say that wherever you go, I will follow. Yes, ma'am.
Amazing, amazing. Favour is the founder of the Genius Child Academy. Favour is a masterpiece woman through and through. It's so amazing to listen to you this morning. Thank you again. And yes, I missed this name. Daddy is Reverend Felix, please, in Waza. And mommy is Reverend Justina in Waza. I don't even know how I was mixing those names. Sorry about that. So, Star, you are going to tell us what will be your last words. So, a few days ago, we had an 81-year-old mother join the inner circle. And she just registered, sent me a message, and said to me, my daughter, I'm finally here. I was like, okay, mommy, you're welcome. I had to pick up my phone and call her and say, mommy, when I come back to Nigeria, I'm coming to Lagos. I will come and sit down with you. She said, okay, I'm waiting for you. So yes, I owe you a visit, General and General and Mama. I owe the both of you.
Hey.
So yes, thank you so much.
I can't wait.
Yes, I do. So, sir, tell us, what will you say to people who are listening to you, who are probably in your status of life, who are probably in your age, and they are listening and they are wondering, should I be here or not? Over to you, General, sir.
I want to say thank you, and also to encourage everybody listening, especially the Yadas. The name has a lot to do with our attitude in this year. Inner circle. A circle is a ring without end. Yes. And that means there is no living. You are going nowhere. The circle has a lot of treasures in it, and you have to continue. It's not like I've done it for a year or 4 years, I should leave. No. Because every morning when I privilege to listen to you, I most of the time I have remas.
Wow.
I have remas. And I wonder, I don't know whether you are a Bible encyclopedia, I don't understand, or a philosopher, because the way you throw these things and the lives come into it, I say, wow. So where am I going? I will encourage everybody to stay and bring in more people. It will shape our life and shape the world we are in. Yes. Thank you again for answering the call. God bless you.
God bless you, Daddy. Thank you so much. You have just listened to Reverend Felix Enwazo. He is also a general in the military. Thank you so much,
Reverend
Reverend
Major
Major
Felix.
Felix Enwazo. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing with us, from the depths of your heart. And also be vulnerable enough to share details of your journey. There's something that he said on this stream. He said an inner circle is a ring. It doesn't end. I think that's my greatest takeaway today. An inner circle is a ring. It doesn't end. You need to be in it because there is always something to pick. If daddy is sharing now and telling you that even at my age, I'm getting something every day. Favor said something, even if you're 10, you are not learning. The person who is 80 and learning is better than you. So it's about learning, it's not about age. I am so honored, sir. I am so honored and so encouraged and so favored to be on this stream with you this morning. And I do not take it for granted. Mama, over to you, ma. What will you say to the audience?
First, I want to say thank you to you, Coach, for I said it before, I'll say it again. It's not a common journey, it's an uncommon journey. And I believe it took a lot of courage to even take the first step. And that first step has brought us to where we are today. And I said, may the Lord continue to keep you and help you and expand you in the name of Jesus. Then for every other, I will say, whatever we are learning here is not theory. Make it practical. Let it be seen. Let it be in our day-to-day life. Parenting, like Coach will always say, is about me, not about the child. And it is me that will parent the child. It's not the child that will parent me. So if I am the adult I should be, and the child is the child he should be, then there will be no problem. But the problem is that we want the child to become the adults, to think like me, act like me, know what I am even thinking. Sometimes you didn't say it to, you ask the child, don't you know, shouldn't you know? So we should make it practical, and then consistency and continuity is the best tool for life, for existence. Consistency and continuity is the best tool for existence. So we can't stop halfway. We will continue. And then I want to appeal to every school leaver out there. Last year, immediately I joined in fact, immediately after the induction, I called the proprietress of the school where my children were, and I told her, there is something you must do now. You must register for inner circle. As a teacher, as a proprietress, you need this knowledge. It will make you a better teacher, it will make a better proprietress, and it will give you what you need to train your teachers. And she joined, and I believe that she's not regretting it. So God bless you, Coach. God bless every other. And may the Lord help us. And in 2026, God will give us more. In Jesus' name, amen.
Wow. What a way to end my intentional parenting journey today, the 5th of November, 2026. I am so privileged to be here on this stream. In fact, I'm so excited that I'm the one in the stream today. It's like a blessing. It wouldn't have been funny that I wasn't the one. Hey, I would have been screaming by now, like, how? I would have found a way to jump into the stream. So, yes, thank you so much, Daddy and Mommy, for being here. Thank you so much, Favour, for doing the work. Somebody said, what a favor. Honestly, what a favor that you worked out. Like, so many people have sent me messages. Coach, how did she do it? Who is she? What? I said, you come and teach us now. Webinar. or now you have to bring the whole family on this trip. A lot. Thank you again, Mr. Moses. It's so obvious that what you guys have here, it's a working. Somebody made a comment in the comment section. Say, I even saw when the baby was trying to fuse, trying to cry. How everybody reacted was so in sync. I was like, such a blessing to watch. Such a thing. It's not something you say, it's just something you live. You just see your life, you begin to live it. No agitation, no coarseness, no, there was something that he said earlier. He said, I used to be that person because of the military. Wake up, do the marshal you out. It's the right thing. But how about the way that I'm doing it? Now I've learned to do it better. We're not saying what I'm doing is wrong, but how I'm going about it might actually be wrong. And that's the most important thing. And as we were closing, Mommy said that the two tools of life, that's what she called it, that is going to be the most awesome thing for you to get is continuity and consistency. I heard it. I'm a very good student and I learned it. That will be part of my teachings. I'll put it somewhere in my archive. Credited to Mama, because yes, those are her words. Thank you again to the both of the four of you. I am so grateful. And like I said, Daddy and Mommy, I owe you a visit. And on my word, I shall fulfill it. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for being there.
We'll be
Just
glad
let
to
me
have
know
you.
when you are back.
Thank
When you are back.
you.
And
I'm
then we
waiting. I'm waiting.
Thank you so much for this
Thank
morning. We're going to let you go, and so that you can enjoy the rest of your day. I do
Thank you
not
so
take
much.
your time for granted. I
Thank
honor you. I love you. I am
We love
so
you
you.
too.
grateful.
Too.
love
Thank you
you
so
so
much.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Shalom.
much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much,
so much.
sir.
Just like in cohort 1O. We are all in 1O.
Yes, so all of them are all in cohort 1O. In fact, I remember when Mama did her book review, she did it alone. I don't know where her partner was. She was doing her book. She was just firing and just going. She was just firing. I was like, come on now, what's happening? Outliers to the world. I'm now joining people to make noise. Outliers to the world. My
Yeah.
younger brother was still peppering me about this same cohort. That's his cohort. He was saying, our cohort is the best. You don't understand. I'm like, what are you? Thank you so much again,
Thank
Sam,
Thank
you.
you.
Ma, Daddy, Mommy. We are very grateful. Have an
Thank
amazing day.
you.
And congratulations to all of you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Whoa, who else felt the energy in the room? I am so excited about what it says I've heard this morning. The screen alone made my life, made my as in I'm so excited. And don't worry, the time I'll visit mommy and daddy and I'm going to, do pictures for you, do those videos for you, pepper you small, I know how to do it. You'll not be wondering, where did you meet them? The day we meet, I'll show you. I'm going to show you guys. I just love inner circle parents. I just love the way that the work is done. Such a blessing, such a thing to watch. If you are not in the yard, Maka, why? Like, what else are you talking about? How are you doing it? You all you just need to do is to get in here. And I love what Grandpa said. Reverend Felix said, if you have been in the yard, it's a ring. Don't get yourself out. Because when you get out, you break it and it affects you. It actually comes back at you. And Mommy says consistency and continuity, your two most important tools that you need in your life. Did you hear them talk about the books that touched them? When Daddy was talking about the trophy child, it hit me that sometimes we read book, we say, oh, I'm reading the book so that I can raise my child better. But it is actually about us. It's practically about us. In fact, I just said this morning, what a time, like my husband said, what a way to start the morning. What a time to be alive. What a day that today is. Thank you again to the Enwelzod and the Moses and Favour, right? So two different families, one family lineage, 3 generations. What a blessing to see. And this is the picture. This is the goal. Like I always say, this is the goal that we are going. And Mommy said, don't be here alone. bring the people around you, stay in, be a yada and remain so, and ensure that you bring the people as we are going. I have a yada. Her father is 92, I think. And her father is in the inner circle via somebody. Somebody helps him interpret what they are saying and all of that. I'm like, okay, this is a new one. Amazing thing to actually listen to. All right, yesterday I met two Yada fathers. One came all the way from nowhere to come and see me, and then an incoming Yada. An incoming Yada said to me, Ma, I've listened to, I'm already seeing the pressure back to back. I've listened to you. I'm ready. I'm already inside, like completely. I am aiming for 10% work. I will do the work and I will do it well. And then when I'm done with that 10%, I continue with the other one. I continue. That is the way to go. We're currently onboarding for cohort 1U. If you have not been onboarded, do that now. Thank you again for being here with me. Thank you again for joining us. The fee is 140,000 naira for a single slot and 220,000 naira for couple slot. If you're coming in with your husband and your wife, the both of you will pay 220,000 naira instead of paying 280,000 naira. So you're saving 60,000 naira. All you need to do is to look at the account number on the details and make your payment, or use the link that is also in the comment section for you to also make payment and then reach out to the admin. If you're confused or you have any question, the numbers on my screen would actually give you access to our admin, and they would answer you, respond to you, and give you details of what it is that you need. The booking of a slot, well, if you want to book a slot, just remember that you have only 20-something days to go. Because if you book a slot now, you must complete your payment before the 31st of November 2026. On the 1st of December 2025, sorry. On the 1st of December, we start TIP induction, inner circle induction, and nobody else enters into the yard. Be in the yard. The yard is a place to be. If you have listened to Reverend today, and he said to you, this is where you can come in, learn a lot. It might not be everything. Just one voice note that will change the way that you think. He said, this has changed the way I minister. And I think that every minister of the gospel should be in the yard. That's one of the most, in fact, I've been saying this thing for a while. When he said it, I confirmed that I heard it. I've been saying it, that ministers of the gospel would need to be in this system now more than ever. And today, there was a confirmation to that word again. I am particularly excited. I don't know about you. I am particularly excited about Inner Circle 2026. I'm excited about the people. I'm excited about the kind of people that we have and that are taking up this call to actually live it. All of us are actually working towards a goal, one goal, to raise the next generation better. Thank you again for joining me today. Thank you again for being here. My name is Wendy Ologe, and I'm called Africa's #1 parent coach, and I'm the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy. Don't forget, reading books will save your life. Please get books today and begin to read them. Our 6-in-1 books are officially live. You can get them from any of our distributors or any of the books that you heard this morning. Grandpa mentioned Raising the Trophy Child. Favour mentioned The Parenting Advantage. Mr. Moses mentioned Connect Correct, and Mama also mentioned Connect Correct. All the 4 of them have books. These are different books that can change your life. Read today so that your life would actually change. And again, shout out to you, cohort 1O. It seems that everybody in cohort 1O is an active yada. Shout out to you. Like I said, a leader makes a system. I need to say it. In fact, you have a crop of very active yadas in that whole system. And we are very, very, excited to actually have a lot of cohort 1O yadas come up and, share in this year. So yes, let us keep it running. Thank you again to Grandpa and Grandma. Thank you again to Favour and Moses. Thank you. Have an amazing day, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the honor that you have bestowed on us to be here every morning to listen to this journey. One thing I want to leave you is that everybody has insight. What I have picked this morning is going to help my life. I am constantly learning from everywhere that learning can come from. Honestly, this morning, I have been changed once again. I know, and I hope that you have. Thank you, and do have an amazing, amazing day.
Common phrases in the inner circle. Let's go.
You're coming for an inner circle webinar and you're not with your yellow blanket with red trimmings. Is that even a joke?
Oh, I'm running and I'm not looking back because 10,000 lions are chasing me. I have watched all the webinars, but today, Coach came with a bazooka.
Even with my humility agbada, I still collected.
If you're not in the ark, you better enter now because flood na bia o.
In the inner circle, we dey walk and they show.
Tell people this is coming for you. There is no need harness here. You definitely cannot relate because you are not in the yard.
If you are not in the yard,
why not?